Hello every pony. So, time for another video. And today, right now, I want to talk about the fluidity of my own, gender identity. And as you know, I identify as transgender. I identify as a female person who is unfortunate to have as the amazing Maddie Love says, a genetic testosterone poisoning. Which is really unfortunate because, things could have been a bit easier for me. But okay, I deal with it. And thank God I have support in today's society to go there. And I'm trying to make support a bit bigger and to help others as well. So, fluidity of gender. Gender identity, I think, is something that is never just completely constant, like in nobody. And I think we all are shifting up and down on this gender spectrum, back and forth, depending on our mood, on time of the day, on our hormone levels. Like for cisgender women, of course, there's during a month a lot of shifts of hormone levels, as much as nobody else experiences it. And I think this must bring with it, and as also some friends have told me, also a shift in how gendered you perceive yourself, or how your needs and wishes are shifting. Now, for me, of course, I'm not having a lot of hormonal shifts during any time other than between in the morning when I take my blockers out of this cute little strawberry box because I have to have them. And then I take my, I've hold this into the camera so often already, Estefan. I guess, of course, my estrogen spikes as soon as I've taken that, and my testosterone has it spiked just before I'm taking that. And nevertheless, for me, my gender doesn't, my gender identity doesn't seem to shift at all depending on these hormones. I'm not observing that. But what I can really observe is that my gender identity depends very, very much on just the mood I'm in and on the amount of power I feel I have right now. And this makes me think that for me the shift of my gender identity mostly has to do with how difficult society still makes it for me to be myself, and how I do have to face, say, defending myself in front of others and speaking up for myself and being ready. In a previous video, how I spoke about this being misgendered by this pharmacist who is giving me my hormones, and she can see that I'm blocking testo and then I'm getting estrogen, and still she's calling me he. And I just don't get how the fuck she can be so unaware. Now, this is not really a big deal in any way, but still it confronts me with the fact that I'm just not part of this mainstream where things are the way that people just assume they are, and that you can just take for granted everything about me, because you cannot. I mean, I'm not looking as a girl enough to have people just perceive me as female always, all the time. They can maybe see that I'm going there, but it's not like I have any passing. So another thing, of course, is that not only I have to deal with society, but I also have to just deal with myself. And this whole thing is a process that takes a lot of energy, and it takes a lot of thought and emotional processing. And it's something that I can deal with really well when I'm energetic and in a good mood, and so then I'm free to identify as female and to sense myself as feminine as it gets, and I can have plans about the future and dream how things will be as I continue progressing in my transition and so on. And I can just feel my femininity and free it and be relaxed and happy about everything, and it's fantastic. But then when I'm tired, things are so different, because I just don't see how I can deal with the world, and how I can come up with the power and energy that I need to deal with everything. And so my soul says okay, no, I give up. That's it. Fuck being a girl. Let's just not do this. Let's just be a guy as always, and not deal with everything. So this is when I'm shifting towards a neutral, rarely kind of masculine. I rarely have anything that I feel masculine, but I can feel really neutral at times. Also, I had a friend visiting for 2 short days here, and in that time I had to finish a project for my work, and I was just absolutely overwhelmed and exhausted from this work, and I was not being myself. I was just not feeling myself. And it was as if I'm just some genderless, more male-bodied person. It was very strange. So the thing is that these shifts, of course, have always happened, and I have been aware of them since I came out to myself, and I was observing myself really closely, and I have just been looking at who am I, how am I, like, you know, in this time when you think like, am I really trans? What is happening? Can this be? Is this real? And so I had been scared of not being trans, or I had been just confusing myself, not being able to trust myself, because I had been so shifty and unconstant. And then I heard this great quote in, I think it was Gendercast, which is a podcast done by trans male people, like a bunch of really nice, cool trans guys. A funny thing. You should listen to it. Gendercast.org, I guess, or something. And someone said there, how is it? I need to see this quote, because I also wrote it on my wall, in my gorgeous handwriting. So this person said, like, you know, the moon goes through phases, whether it's gibbous or crescent, it's still the fucking moon. And this is something I had to hang on my wall to just remind myself over and over again when I have these swings, that I'm still the same freaking person, you know, it doesn't matter how I feel right now. And that's the same thing also with like mood swings. Of course I'm experiencing them now. Like yesterday I had this thing where I could only put myself to the bed to go to sleep because I didn't know how to get out of this like depressive mood I had suddenly. Just triggered by neighbors ringing the door because probably my music was too loud or something. And then I fell into this hole and I couldn't get out of it. And like nothing seemed like fun, no, like watching Sense8 or listening to music or reading whatever or playing any games. Nothing seemed to like help me. So I put myself to sleep. But still, like in these situations as well, so not only about identity but also about mood, it is so important to keep on reminding myself that I'm the same person no matter where I flow right now, no matter if I'm up or down, no matter if I'm right or left, no matter if I'm more masculine or more feminine or both or neither. I'm still me and I'm still okay, and it's fine. It's fine, like, be okay. Everything's good, you know? So, that's it. I'm not gender fluid, but I'm gender fluid. Thanks for watching. So send me a nice message, give me a comment, subscribe. There's this big red button below. Follow my transition, follow my thoughts and ideas and all this blah blah I have to do. I have this huge list of subjects that I want to go through, but things have to go out because I'm too excited to share everything that I'm philosophizing about the world and gender and society and everything. So thank you that you are listening until the end of this video, and bye. I see you next time. Ciao.